Alright, what's up guys? And I'm Peter Sonic back with the last video of today. Wanted to give my thoughts about school and how it's not really education anymore. At least for me. I know a lot of you might feel like you're learning a lot that's gonna be super helpful in life. But I wanted to kind of show you what you're truly learning. I want to ask you this question right from the bat. And I know, sorry that these videos right here, these two videos that are gonna be up today, have been more serious videos instead of, about Dragon Ball or about Sonic or about anything else. But I really need to get these off my chest because these are certain topics that they do affect who I am, so I might as well talk about them. Because there's no point to get scared and talk about them. If people don't agree with you, that's just fine. I'm all about not agreeing with me. But if you tell me I'm wrong and I end up being right, then damn right I will tell you about it. But if you tell me I'm wrong and I'm wrong, it's just fine. I don't care. I'd rather be wrong than right all the time. Because it's just another point of learning in your life. Of course, you want to be right all the time, but you're not going to be right all the time. So you got to learn that. I learned that, but I will not let someone tell me I'm wrong when I know I'm right. You know what I mean? Neither will you. I don't expect you to. Anyway, I want to ask you this question right off the bat. So, if you're in high school like me, you're 16 years old. Yeah, I know I just revealed my age, but you don't even know my real name. But, not yet. I'm not gonna do any of that just yet. If you're 16 years old like me, trace your learning path back to maybe elementary, not kindergarten, just first grade. So you learned about George Washington, and you learned about all of that in first grade. You learned about a lot of that stuff through fifth grade, like Spanish American War and stuff, right? Right. Now, going to sixth grade, they they kind of repeat that stuff. They repeat the same math. They repeat the same English. They repeat everything that you learned in fifth grade and sixth grade, just make it a little bit harder. You go into seventh grade, and they finally talk about World War II and all that stuff. You go into eighth grade, they talk about World War II. The same English. It's not much different fucking English. Like, okay, all you're doing is reading in eighth grade English. Fuck that bullshit. That's not even English. You might as well have a reading class still. Why is reading class still a thing in eighth grade? I don't know. It's kind of funny because you don't think anyone would actually absolutely need the reading class unless they are like. And I ain't making a joke, so do not say I made a joke and get all angry with me in the comments. I'm actually just saying unless they have disabilities. So I'm not making a joke as to, unless they have disabilities. I'm just telling you that would be the truth. So do not get pissy with it. I hate when people do that. Like, if I was making a joke, it would be clear. I'd be like, unless they have fucking disabilities or something. That would be me joking or trying to be funny when that's not funny. When that's not funny. Because I am funny. I may not be funny in a lot of these first 5 videos that I've done, but I'm funny. Anyway, I just hate how a lot of people just think you're learning a lot in school, but what have you truly been learning that's any different? I just had to learn about World War II all over again. And just a little bit more on context added in. I'm tired of learning about World War II. I get it. I know it was a devastating event. But at high school level, you think I could learn something a bit different that's not something I learned in 7th grade? I know all there is to know about World War II. I don't remember it because I don't care enough to keep remembering it when it's been shoved in my face for 5 years now. I don't remember everything because a lot of the things weren't exactly important, but I remember the big moments. I remember the atomic bomb. I remember the Holocaust. I remember Hitler. I remember all the important things, but those little side extra things that didn't matter, they just kind of taught you because they needed to teach you because it was like we needed to draw out days. I don't remember that bullshit. Now let's go to math. Okay, you can make an argument that for high school math, it's nothing you truly learned before. But you can also make an argument that is. I mean, if you were in basic algebra, you learned basic algebra just a little bit harder. If you were in calculus, where were you truly learning different that's not calculus? Obviously, I don't know. I'm not in calculus. I'm just giving examples. I wasn't in basic algebra either. I'm just kind of giving examples. But you do have other options for math, like consumer math, which teaches you about how to manage money in your life, which consumer math is needed to graduate, so you will be taking it at least here in Wisconsin, or at least here in my city that I live in. So you will need it to graduate. I mean, you can't just, because they want you to know how to fucking manage money. You know, it's going to be very important to know how to manage money and to add up for bills and stuff. All that stuff's important. That stuff I remember, but this stuff, like, oh, A plus X is B. I don't remember that. Why the fuck should I remember that? I have no reason to remember that. There's nothing. I don't plan on going into some sort of math field. Like, teachers, you know who I am. You know who I was in 8th grade. You know who I was in 7th grade. You know who I was in 6th grade. And you know who I am now. And you know, obviously, I have no plans for any of that bullshit. So why should I have to subject myself to waste time learning it? Because I don't know. See, that's how I always viewed it. Why should anyone have to be forced into doing something that they don't want to do for the sake of learning? Who cares? What are you really learning? If you don't remember, then you're not learning. You know, it's only learning if you remember. And that's what I'm trying to teach you guys right now. It's only learning if you remember. If you don't remember, then you didn't learn shit. You just think you did. The only reason you can say you learned about World War II is because you remember. I can't say I learned about everything in math, because not everything in math is going to be essential for me in life. So I can't say I learned about the most advanced algebra, because I didn't. I don't remember it all the time, because it's not needed. It's something you might want to use every once in a while if your kid or something ever go. But honestly, I see plenty of parents who forgot how to do a lot of math back when they were kids. Now, sure, they might remember it somewhat, but because the rules and formula have changed so much, there's not much you can do. And I'm not trying to say school sucks, because it doesn't. But don't get me wrong, I'm not calling school good. I would definitely say that school can have a major improvement going in down like these. I'm not even lying. School could have a major improvement. I see tons of schools that just, they don't appeal. But I'm not trying to say school sucks, so don't get me wrong. I don't hate school. I don't love school. It's not my favorite place to be. If I had the choice not to be there every Monday through Friday, I'd still be there. Just wouldn't be there it's the same as, do you hate your job? Or do you love your job? Or do you just kind of like your job, but if you didn't have to be there all the time, you wouldn't want to be there Is it one of those things? Yeah, it's one of those things for me. I don't hate school. I don't absolutely love school. I just like it enough to the point where I wouldn't be there all the time, but I'd still be there. If I didn't have to be there. I don't skip school. Never skip school though. No matter how much you hate it, don't skip. It's not gonna come back to. It's not gonna be your friend in that long run. I see plenty of kids who skip school, and most of them are either homeless or they're just looking for a job and can't get one because you need a high school diploma in these days. And when I grow up, it might even be a college degree. So you gotta really know their stuff. Now, the school is just so dumb. You know, that's what I don't understand. I'm trying to say this in a more, oh, I hate school. I don't want to say it like that. I'm trying to tell you that if school's going to tell you you're learning, but again, if you don't remember what you just learned, then you didn't learn it. That's not your fault. That's the school's fault for teaching you something that you obviously won't be using in your life. Because you will remember that important stuff. You will. Trust me. You'll remember World War II. You will remember all the stuff that you probably need to learn for your history, for your math, for your science. But you won't remember, if you don't remember stuff like A plus A2x plus 50x is 52x. If you don't remember that totally correctly, and it takes you time and you have to start recalling stuff, that means you didn't learn it because it's not needed. It's not gonna, your brain only remembers stuff that you think is needed. So if you don't think it's needed, then you're not gonna learn it. Whether you had to sit through the teacher teaching you it for a whole 4 weeks, it doesn't matter. That's what I'm trying to beat into your guys' heads. You guys don't know that. You guys just think you learned, but you didn't learn it if you don't remember. Some of you know that. I know a lot of people know that, but a lot of people don't. They just think they learned it because the teacher told them so. This is another topic. Teachers. bitches. No, I'm joking, but teachers, I don't know. I've had good teachers, and I just had teachers that suck, kind of. The teachers I have in high school are actually leagues better than any of the teachers I've ever seen. Leagues better. Are they perfect? No, because no one's perfect. That's life. You can't be perfect at everything. But I will say this: teachers, even the teachers I have now that are leagues better, does that make, again, that doesn't make them perfect, but they are leagues better than any teacher I ever know. But at times, I think teachers are dumb. Like, I don't think, again, teachers also prove that just because you have a teaching degree does not make you the smartest person alive or anything. So does Ben Carson as president, if he was to be one. He's not going to be, but if he ever would be, it proves that just because you're a brain surgeon does not make you smart. It just makes you someone who knows how to do brain surgery. It doesn't necessarily make you common sense smart and all this other stuff. That doesn't make you that. That just makes you book smart and all that. Teachers, though, they have this strange tendency for me to be some of the worst people, but some of the best people. At times, I think teachers are just kind of pissy, so they come off pissy, and when they come off like that, you just think they're suck and everything. But not all the time. Teachers are right sometimes, but when I get in trouble for something like, I don't know, like, oh, he packed up 1 second early. What the fuck? This is not fucking recruit school, bitch. We can pack up 1 second early, because if I have all these papers scattered around, I'm going to pick them up. Because I'm not going to be late going to the next class and getting bitched at there. Because you can't win in that situation. Jeez. And they say, well, if you were at a job and you had 5 minutes left, well, okay, that's at a job, and you can't give me that scenario because, number one, this was not a 5 minute left situation. This was a second left before the bell rang. So number two, don't give me that situation because you know for a damn fact, if that was not the situation at hand, then you can't make up a scenario. You see what I mean? They try to use that as their scenarios, but they don't. The more you grow older, the more you start to realize, bitch, that don't make any sense because, number one, this was not a 5 minute situation. This was 1 second. Number two, I'm not at a job, so do not tell me if I was, because, that's what I hate about teachers. They use those kind of scenarios, but at the same time, they don't. You can disprove them because you'll probably be like this. If I had a job, I would not do that because I know my manager. Unless my manager simply says, yeah, sure, if you want to, which they probably won't. But that's the thing. Teachers think they know shit, but they don't. They think they can just kind of not prank. They think they can just kind of tell every kid what to do in life. I hate that, though. I hate how they just think that I'm just going to have to listen to everything that they say. Because you're not a boss, though. They think that that's preparing you for but it kind of is in a way, but see, I'm growing up to the point where I know who I have to obey all the time. I know I have to obey my boss all the time, no matter what. As long as he's paying me good money, I'm going to do what he says. That's in protocol. I'm not going to do anything that goes outside of what I have to do. If the boss told me to go kill somebody, I ain't going to do that. Because that's not what I do. That wouldn't be what I would be doing. So, that's kind of my little mini rant on school, is that school can be so much better if they kind of get rid of all these dumb things that teachers try to use. And I know this video wasn't real scripted. I kind of had to waste a lot of time, but school could be so much better if they just didn't try to tell you what to do and how to do it and why you should be this and why you should be that. And say that this is what you would do in this situation because you don't know that's what I would do. That's kind of those kind of bullshit things that teachers try to use to be right, basically. They use it to be right. They don't use it for any other thing but to be right. That ends this little mini rant. The next video definitely might not be serious topics, but it will be I think I'll do a video that kind of wraps up our generation. And if our generation is good, ooh, that will be a good video. Peter Sonic.